ever play past the junior varsity level of basketball?
Well, I got asked to leave the varsity team. So, yes, I did play varsity basketball, but I got asked to leave. We
And
had
why
some
did you get asked to leave?
creative differences with the coach.
And what kind of creative differences?
He thought that I was probably a little bit better at football, and they were like, we don't want to risk you getting hurt and taking your time, so we need to get you out to run track and play football. So they said, probably the best thing for you.
DC ain't even make JVT. I love it.
I 100% did, and I was asked to leave. And, there's a lot of people out there that know why and that can stay. It's not something we need to dig up.
It was fighting was involved, if I'm not mistaken, correct? You beat somebody. Basically, you bullied somebody.
I was a lover, not a fighter, and I have the daughter to prove it, So
Welcome to Big B Daily. No frauds allowed.
What is going on, everybody? What is happening? Welcome back to Big B Daily. This is your boy, Big B. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Man, we got a good show today. We got a good show today, everybody. As always, like Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Time. We appreciate everybody showing up. We got a lot to talk about. First, we're going to talk about Caitlin Clark. Not a great game last night. She struggled. And people are absolutely losing their minds because they're telling the truth about her struggling. Doesn't mean she's not great. Doesn't mean that she's not going to be great. But people, she did not have a great game last night. And it's okay for you to say that. It is okay. It's okay. Don't panic. But she didn't play well. You 10 turnovers, you're not playing well. I don't care what. But it's okay. People are just flipping out about it. We're talking about that. The Nuggets and the Knicks take control of the series. I think both of these series are going to be over in 6. And then the old NFL schedule comes out today, people. The old NFL schedule comes out today. So I can't wait. You see me, I'm in my Steelers gear. I am hyped up. Let's get after it. As always, man, y'all appreciate what we're doing. Thank you guys for showing up every week. If you like the show and want to continue to support the show, you know how to do that. There's a plethora of ways that you can control the conversation. Super chats, gifts, tips. Click the link in the bio. You know how to do all that stuff. We appreciate everybody showing up, everybody showing out. Thank you, Goon Squad, for being here this morning. Let's get it going. So first off, let's talk about it. Caitlin Clark, man, we got to talk about it. Her first game, obviously she was nervous. Who the hell wouldn't be? You have all this pressure. Who the hell wouldn't be nervous? Of course she was nervous. She didn't play well. It's to be expected. Some people out there were talking about how she was going to be the greatest player to ever play in the WNBA, the greatest player to ever play women's basketball already. Like there was no learning curve. Well, there's a learning curve. And she got a taste of it last night. It's exactly what Diana Taurasi said. Doesn't mean she's not going to be great. Just means that she didn't play well last night. That there's a learning curve. Look, she had 20 points, and that's what everybody jumps out. Oh, well, she scored 20. None of those people watched the basketball game. Either you didn't watch or you don't know what you're watching. Because 13 of her points came after the game was decided. They got blown out. Now, granted, it's because Indiana Fever aren't as good as, I think it's the Sun, Connecticut Sun. They're not as good as them. And Connecticut has a really good defense. But she didn't play well. I'm not saying she played horrible because that's not true either. She just didn't play great. You have 10 turnovers in a game. You're not playing well. That's playing bad. But she did all right. For all the pressure that she had, she did all right. So, 20, that's all right. And somebody over here, 20 is cool. He needs to sit down. What does that even mean? She scored 20 points, But how about the context? If you score 13 of those 20 after the game is decided, isn't that what we call empty stats, empty calories? So, I mean, she's going to be fine. Don't blow your gasket. She's going to be fine. But when are we just not able to tell the truth? Is that what it is? We love everybody, or we love her so much that we can't tell the truth. Jiminy Christmas. This is the bottom line. She didn't play well. She's going to be great. I have no doubt that she's going to be great. But you all know me, I'm going to tell the truth. And if you don't like it, sorry. But you're going to get the truth out of me. Last night was not one of her better games. Look, she could come out next game and score 40. She's got that ability. Diana Taurasi also said, if you're great, it will translate. And Caitlin Clark, to me, is great. I believe it's going to translate. So, I believe it's going to translate. That's what's happening. She ran into a buzzsaw last night. Nerves, a little better competition. Got to get used to it. All the things that Diana Taurasi said, and people wanted to export her from the country because she was telling the truth. And all she said was, reality's coming. Well, reality came. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing at all. I think she's going to be great. Now, we got people that are going the other route with this. People that are saying Caitlin Clark is Jimmy Fredette. Yeah, we're not even going to put that up there because we got ignorant comments up there. So, but I can't really see it. But yeah, it's crazy. But I like what Caitlin Clark is doing. She'll be fine. Last night wasn't one of her better games. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. But she will be fine. She will be fine. So, my man Tyson says, yeah, people act like Caitlin Clark is just going to go in there and dominate. That is not the case. No, it's not the case, Ty. Now, you give it about 10 to 15 games. Yeah, she can dominate. She can absolutely do that. But it's just going to take some time, man. It's just going to take some time. And it's okay for it to take time. That doesn't mean she's a bust. That doesn't mean she can't play. It doesn't mean any of that. All it means is she's not dominating from day one, which is okay. Which is okay. So, people need to be ready, even eager to reevaluate their assumptions. You're on target with this, Big B. Get new information and adjust your thoughts and predictions. Look, one game doesn't make a career. One game, I don't think people should be making any assumptions about her. I don't think you should do any of that. But you can report or talk about exactly what happened. You can report what happened. You know, she scored 20 points, and 20 points ain't bad. But 13 of those came after the game was decided. So, okay. 10 turnovers, horrible. Not bad, horrible. If anybody else had 10 turnovers in a game, you'd be calling it horrible. So do the same here. It was just a bad night. It's okay. It happens. Hell, Kobe Bryant didn't score any points his first game. He turned out pretty good. Just think about that. Kobe Bryant didn't do any. He played 7 minutes, didn't score. And Kobe played. His career turned out okay, didn't it? So relax, people. Relax. Relax. Art, if you don't like it, you know what you can do, brother. So just relax. It's okay. She'll be fine. She will be fine. I like her. I think she's great. I think she's gonna be great. But we got to be able to tell the truth. We got to be able to say exactly what happened. So that's all I'm saying. Got to be able to say what happened. So She'll be okay. Learning curve. But let's move on. I like Caitlin Clark. I think Caitlin Clark's going to be a hell of a player. Last night just wasn't her night. Just wasn't her night. Appreciate the gift, man. Thank you, OJ Simpson. OJ, the juice is is loose. We appreciate it, brother. We appreciate it. So, all right, let's move on, man. Let's move on. First, let's get to some of these comments, though. Everyone has a bad game, says my man X Capone. Barry Sanders on Thanksgiving Day. Tom Brady. Everyone has a bad game. Yeah, everybody has a bad game. She'll be all right. She will be all right. So, these Denver Nuggets and the New York Knicks, moving on. The Nuggets and the Knicks have put a stranglehold on both of their series. First of all, let's talk about Rudy Gobert. Lord have mercy. You talk about just being dominated. Rudy Gobert is being embarrassed by Jokic. Now, look, Jokic is great. There's no doubt that Jokic is great. But Rudy Gobert is literally being embarrassed out there. Just being embarrassed. I mean, you're the defensive player of the year and nothing. He can't even slow him down. My man Tommy is right, talking about they played better without Rudy. Didn't they? In every game this series, the games have been fairly close except for one game, and that was the game that Rudy didn't play. I still believe Naz Reid has to get more time. If I see Karl Anthony Towns back down, guys, and continue to shoot fadeaway jump shot, how many times is he going to back down KCP, get him on his back, and then shoot a fadeaway shot? I told y'all at the beginning that Karl Anthony Towns was going to have to play like a man for them to win. Well, he's done that one game. One game, he has decided he was going to be dominant. Other than that, nothing. Here's where we are. 3-2. I think this series is over. This series is over. My man Pat Cockrell. But Rudy is the defensive player of the year. He's supposed to have that shit on lock. Yeah, exactly. I don't even look. Nobody shuts down anybody in the NBA. Nobody does that. But you're at least supposed to have a hand. A guy shouldn't go for 40 on you. Well, why are we allowing him to go for 40 points? That's my big thing. Lord have mercy, Rudy. Just brutal. Brutal. Rudy's getting embarrassed. Rudy is getting embarrassed. And I think the series is over. I think Minnesota they're that team that they were the front runners, is what you call them. The Timberwolves are front runners. They look good early. Now some adversity has hit them. They are in the tank. They will go into the tank. Denver wins game 6. Or game 6. I think it'll be close. But Denver kind of does what it does in the fourth quarter. They're going to end up wearing them down. And that'll be the end of it. That'll be the end of it. Yeah, Conley being out absolutely hurt. They had nobody else besides Ant-Man that could make an outside shot. But yeah, this series is over, man. It's over. Sorry. I know there was a lot of where have you even heard from or seen all those people that were out there saying this series was going to be a sweep? Like, are they still on Earth anywhere? Because I can't find them. All those people, this is a sweep. There ain't no way the Nuggets can win a game. It's all over. Where are those people? Because I don't know where they are. I think they've started hibernation early before summer is even hit. They're in hibernation because this is ridiculous. Prisoners of the moment. We got to stop being prisoners of the moment. Oh, man. This is crazy. But yeah, Joker just dominated, absolutely dominated. Not only did he dominate Rudy, but he's taken over the series. And he's tired of hearing all this stuff about I'm not the MVP. He's tired of hearing it. He's tired of it. And I'm one of those guys that said somebody else should have won. He's tired of hearing me too. I love it. Yes, McCann. All those so-called ESPN analysts said Denver was going to get swept. Stephen A. Smith, Kendrick Perkins, prisoners of the moment to try to create silly content. For what? You're ESPN. You don't have to create the silliness. Just let it happen, people. Craziness. Craziness. But it is what it is. Now, moving on to the Knicks. Holy mackerel. The Knicks absolutely blew out the Pacers. Just destroyed the Pacers. Jalen Brunson, another 40-piece. How many times is this brother going to go for 40 points in the playoffs, people? How many times is he going to do it? Gee, many Christmas. He did it again. And again, nobody on the Pacers could guard him. They couldn't stay in front of him. He bodied littler guys. He just bodied people, did his thing, knocking down threes. He was incredible. I don't know if y'all saw, he almost made a guy blow his ankles out. It was incredible. Just Jalen Brunson was in his bag last night, and so were the New York Knicks. The Pacers didn't stand a chance. Didn't stand a chance. Knicks take control of the series. And I think the Knicks go to Indy. Unless they have a letdown because they know they have another game back at home, I think the Knicks can close this out in 6. And it would be better for them if they did close it out in 6 so guys can get more rest and try to get a little bit more healthy. But if I'm Thibodeau, I'm doing everything in my power and telling my guys, hey, man, we got to win this game in 6. We got to win this game 6. Stop the nonsense. We need to go win. We just need to go win. So I like the Knicks in 6. I like it. Just as a reminder, man, if you happen to be on a feed where you keep getting frozen up, all you have to do is click the link in the bio. It'll give you a live link over to another feed. You can do that without a problem. Without a problem. Let's get to some of these comments. My man Sideshow. So on a couple times, Rudy didn't want to guard him. Told his teammates to get him. Yeah, he did. You saw that too? I saw that. Unbelievable. Just gave up. That's what you call being whipped into submission. Hey, man, you get him. No, you get him, man. You got him. Unbelievable. Jokic, 0 turnovers. Absolutely. The man put on a clinic last night. He put on an absolute clinic last night. So, I thought it was great. I thought what Jokic did, he just basically shut up everybody. Darren Howard says, I blame Shaq for Joker's attitude in this series. Yeah. Blame Shaq. Shaq got him going. Hey, man, I know you're the MVP. You're the best player, but I don't think you deserve to win the MVP. I thought it should have went to SGA. I just wanted you to hear that first. Joker said, hold my beer, Shaq. Hold my beer. And he has turned it up ever since. Good for him, man. Good for him. But yeah, I think this series is over. I don't think there's any chance in hell that Minnesota comes back and wins a game 6. I don't think there's any chance. My man Houston, our New York everything guy, he's in here, chest pumped out, living high on the hog today. 30-point victory. He's living life today. He is living life today. Our resident New York Knicks guy. New York everything, not just New York Knicks, New York everything guy. Just got his chest. Orange and blue skies today for my man Houston. Orange and blue skies. So, yeah, that was a good performance by the Knicks. I don't care who you are. That was a great performance. So good for them, man. So now, what did I think of the screen and the aftermath? I didn't think it was anything to it. I thought it was super loud in the arena. And so if they were calling out the screen, DiVincenzo couldn't hear it. And so he runs into Miles Turner. It was awkward. It was a physical screen. I didn't even think it was a foul. And it wasn't a foul on the screen. It wasn't. It was a clean screen. And then he gets hit. He didn't like it because I think he tried to get off of the screen. And Miles Turner was like, nah, I got your ass. And then he pushed him. I mean, it's just basketball. It's just basketball. I don't even think that's playoff basketball. I think it was just basketball. It is what it is. It's a chippy series. The Pacers were getting their head beaten in, and they didn't like it. Fight back. Good. Show some fight. You're supposed to show some fight. And the Knicks didn't back down. Hey, we're blowing you out. Deal with it. What are you going to do about it? I didn't think there was anything to it. I really didn't. I thought that's what it's supposed to do. I thought that's what you're supposed to do. So, but, yeah, I didn't think there was anything to it. I really didn't. I didn't think there was anything to it. My man X Capone said Jokic showing why he's the reigning MVP. Yeah, he's killing him. He's killing him. It was not dirty. See, this is what happens when you give somebody an inch. This is what happens when you give your boy an inch. New York everything. A screen that they didn't call a foul on was somehow dirty. Stop it. Stop it. It was don't run into the screen. How about that? You don't want to get screened, don't run into it. You don't have to run into a screen. It wasn't dirty. They didn't even call a foul. What are you talking about? Sheesh. You know, but I do like the fact that they fought back. Now, DiVincenzo's not no tough guy, but I get it. He didn't like it. It is what it is. It's just basketball. It's just bad. If that would have happened on the pickup, you know, on the playground somewhere, the same thing would have happened. The same thing would have happened. Yeah, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I didn't think it was that big of a deal at all. So, and I am tired. Yeah, they handed out text to both teams. I don't know. I'm tired of every time there's a dust up, somebody has to get a technical. Why? Well, hell, remember back in the 80s, and maybe a lot of y'all don't remember, but you've probably seen the play where Kevin McHale clotheslined Kurt Rambis in midair in the NBA Finals. Literally clotheslined him. Tried to kill him. Looked like he was dead. Y'all realize that there were no techs on that, right? That was just common foul, shoot the 2 free throws, let's keep it moving. If any of y'all haven't seen it, you can YouTube it, Google it, whatever you want to do. And it'll be the first thing that he clotheslines him in midair. Just a foul. No tech was given. Nobody got thrown out. If that happened today, they would try to arrest Kevin McHale. They literally would try to arrest him. So, but yeah, man, I didn't even think it was that big of a deal. It's just basketball. It's just basketball. So, but every time we hand out a tech for anything, any contact, any reaction, genuinely Christmas. So, it is what it is, though. It is what it is. Hey, as a reminder, man, on a certain platform that I happen to be looking at right now, if you don't want to get frozen up in the buffering, do yourself a favor and click on the link in my bio and come right over. There's a live link that you will not get buffered. You will not get frozen up. So come on over. Make sure when you get over, come subscribe. So, yeah, Houston, you're 100% right, man. The refs are absolutely spending too much time reviewing fouls. Absolutely. Just play basketball. You know what you saw. Was it a foul or was it not a foul? You know what you saw. You know, it's just You don't have everything doesn't have to be a technical. That's all I'm saying. Everything doesn't have to be a technical. You know. Yeah, y'all see this. Y'all see this over on YouTube. You see it. That was just a foul. You know, that was 1984 NBA Finals. Just a foul. You know, no techs were there. And not only that, after the fact, there was pushing, shoving, punches got thrown. No technicals. No technicals. Just, hey, man, everybody get up. Is everybody good? Can everybody breathe? Well, if you can breathe, then get to the free throw line and make the free throws. That's it. That's all you get. You don't give you anything else. That's when basketball was basketball. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. See this? Steelers Almighty saying that was a flop. Imagine that today. I'm serious. Kevin McHale would have been arrested. He'd have been brought up on charges. Like after the game, there'd be cops that would arrest him and bring him up on charges. That's literally what would happen. So, Yvonne Espinoza, I am glad you found your way back to the show. Thank you. How would you rate the gameplay of the Knicks guard, Alec Burks? I think Alec Burks has been incredible. I don't think enough people are talking about it either. I think Alec Burks, after basically not playing in the playoffs, finally Tom Thibodeau realizes that he actually has bench players that can contribute. He had to go out there because of injury. Oh, lo and behold, you've got something here. Come on, Thibodeau, play guys. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to wear everybody out. Alec Burks has been playing incredible basketball for a veteran. I remember I lived in Kansas City at the time when he played at Grandview High School in Kansas City, and I lived in Kansas City at the time. You thought he was going to be okay. You didn't anything special. Goes to Colorado, been in the league for a long time. Congratulations to that young man. But I think he's been playing outstanding basketball. Outstanding. So, a Goon Squad, I don't remember making no bet with Houston about wearing any kind of New York Knicks shirt for the Philly series. I don't remember that happening. Do y'all remember that? Because I don't remember. Now, don't get me wrong. If I made that bet, I will 100% wear the T-shirt. But I don't remember. I don't remember that happening. So, but if it did, it did. And I'll wear the Knicks shirt. Y'all know me. I don't mind. I don't mind. I do got a Goon Squad shirt that I'm going to be wearing tomorrow, I believe, for you people. I got a Goon Squad shirt. And soon, very soon, we're going to get that out. We're going to get that out for everybody. So, but let's move on, people. Let's move on. Let's move on. Again, as a reminder, Big B Daily, 9 a.m., Monday through Friday. Make sure that you're Central Time. Make sure that you're here. Thank you guys for showing up and showing out. Again, everybody that's on certain platforms, if you don't want to get frozen up on, you don't want the buffering, make sure you click in the link for a live link. And come on over. Make sure you subscribe when you get here. Like the last topic for today, and then we'll go to open mic session. Hey, man, the NFL schedule is coming out today. I am excited. This is one of those gifts that the NFL gives you in the offseason. You know, first it was free agency. Then that died down a little bit. Then it was the draft. Then that died down a little bit. Now we got the schedule release. I mean, they just give you these little tidbits. I think it should have happened a couple weeks later because now we got kind of a long low, but we do have mini camps and OTAs to keep our attention. So I love it. I love it. But the schedule's coming out. There's been rumors, there's been leaks about certain things. The one game that we think that we all know for sure, the first game of the year, is the Chiefs and the Ravens. Thursday night. That's the one game that we know. Look, I've been saying this all week. I don't think if the Ravens blow out the Chiefs in the first game, I would not be surprised. I said it yesterday. I would not be surprised. The Ravens are going to be looking for revenge, looking to try to make a statement. First game of the year. Yeah. Yeah. I would not be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised. Then it says Cleveland playing Browns at home. I don't know what that means because Cleveland is the Browns, Capone. I'm not sure what you meant, but I think you're saying they're playing at home. But is the game in Cleveland? I heard the game was in Dallas. So, my man, look, you're not kidding. The toughest schedule that we've heard so far, like we talked about yesterday, the 3 toughest schedules in the National Football League all belong in the AFC North. Number 1, Ravens. Number 2, Browns. Number 3, Steelers. Lord have mercy. Those schedules are insane. Schedules are insane. So we'll see. We will see. But yeah, I'm ready for the NFL schedule to be out, man. I'm ready. Like I said, we know that game. I think we know who's going to play. The Jaguars played 2 games overseas, which is silly to me. There's another game in Germany this year. I don't know. How do you all feel about those games that are in Germany? You know, this one is the Eagles and the Pack. How do you all feel about those games over there? I guess I don't really like it. I'll be honest. It doesn't bother me too much, but I don't really like it that much. I don't mind getting up early on a Sunday because I get up early every morning. So I don't mind getting up early on a Sunday and talking about it. But, you know, for me, I think just keep the games here. Just keep the games here. That's just my personal opinion. Just my personal opinion. I know that some people, well, we're trying to expand the game, and I get all of that. So we'll see. We'll see. Giants and the Panthers are in Germany, yeah. And then what is it? Is the Jets and Minnesota have a game there? I just don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm just not in favor of it. I'm not in favor of it. I don't mind. And I mean, it's not that big of a deal. So I'm not I hate it police. So, but we'll see. Ivana, she says, I think it's kind of cool they play games in Germany. It might give some military personnel the ability. Now, that's a good point. The ability to attend an NFL game since there is a big military base in Germany. And now that is a great point, Ivana. That is a great point. Is that military personnel are able to go to a game even while stationed overseas. Now, that's a great point. I don't think the NFL is looking at it that way, but I love that point. I love that point. But somebody mentioned that Germany, they could get a preseason game. I don't think a preseason game would work either because a lot of those guys that are on your preseason roster, you're having to take those. That's an extra expense and take those guys all the way over there. Now, I don't think that's a good idea either. Not to mention, if you're trying to build your brand, I'm sorry, guys that are not going to make the roster, or a lot of those guys are never even going to play in the NFL. Is that what you want to go over there and showcase? I don't think you do. I don't think you do. So there's going to be a ton of Jaguar fans in the UK after this season. They got 2 games over there. Jiminy Christmas. Lord have mercy. It's always something. So, yeah, Ruben, they're trying to grow a fan base over there. They keep all this. Now, the one thing that I can tell you that I would not be in favor of having an NFL team in Europe. I'm not in favor of that. I'm not in favor of having 1 Or two, I am not in favor of having an NFL team over there. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nope, 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 nope. Now they want to play a game over there. All that's fine. I'm not that big of a fan of it, but I don't mind it. And Yvonne brought up a great point about military personnel actually being able to attend a game. I love that aspect of it. But I'm not in favor of having no franchise over there. I'm not in favor of that at all. But I think, Ruben, I think you're right. Having a game over there, no problem. No problem. Yeah, they want an international division. I'm telling you, sometimes you can expand too much. NFL would be in danger of that. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I can see an NFL league. uh, I mean, who's going to want to play in NFL Europe? Even if the leagues were equivalent to each other. Down the road, there's not enough players. They play too much soccer over there to because Americans aren't going to go over there and do it. They're just not going to go do it. So, and they play too much soccer. That's who the best athletes, that's where they go. They play soccer and basketball. Yeah, I'm just not sure it's going to work to have a league over there. Just not sure that would work. But getting back to the schedule, I'm excited. I'm excited. I heard the Steelers are playing the Falcons the first game of the year. Arthur Smith going back to Atlanta. First game of the year. I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it going smacking around Atlanta the first game of the year. I wouldn't hate that. By the way, just as a reminder to people, y'all need something to do tonight. Make sure you come to Steelers Almighty, whatever platform you're on, number one. Make sure you follow, like, and subscribe. But come on over to YouTube tonight for Steelers Almighty. We are doing a live. It's our first live show. We've been doing this for a month. The channel's been open for a month. Come on over to Steelers Almighty on YouTube tonight. We are doing a live breakdown of the Steelers schedule, which in turn, if the Steelers play your team, we'll also be breaking down those games. So I know you might hate the Steelers. That's fine. But come on over and subscribe anyway. If you like good content, you like good football content, and you like me, come on over. Come on over. Steelers Almighty tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight, 7 p.m. Central. Swing on through. But yeah, I'm real excited for it, man. I am just excited for the schedule to be released. Again, the NFL knows what it's doing. Give you those little tidbits. First, it was free agency. They throw that out there. They get us all excited. Then the draft comes, and they get us all excited. Now the schedule is being released, and they're getting us all excited again. I love it. I'm like a kid at Christmas. This is great. This is great. So now let's bring on the comments, people. We're moving on to the open mic session. So bring on the comments, bring on the questions, bring on everything. As a reminder, if you are on a platform, which I'm looking right at you, that keeps freezing up, remember to click on the link in my bio and click on the live feed, and you can come on over and you don't have to worry about getting frozen up on. Because it's going to happen here in the next, I would say, 2 to 3 minutes. You're going to get frozen up. So make sure you do that. Click on the link in my bio. Click on my bio. There's a live link in there. Click on that. Boom. Come on over. Make sure you subscribe when you get there. So my man Capone, OKC Thunder in Dallas. Thoughts? Well, it's not in Dallas. It's in OKC. I think OKC wins game 5. I think OKC wins game 5. I take that back. I don't even know what I was talking about. I think Dallas wins game 5. I'm sorry. I think Dallas wins game 5. Here's the reason why. I think that, first of all, Luka had a bad game. He's not going to have another one, not 2 in a row. And have y'all noticed that Kyrie hasn't done much? But he's playing 42 minutes a night, so he's not hurt. But if y'all notice Kyrie hasn't done much, I think Jason Kidd is going to tell him. I think Kyrie's inner circle is going to get after him and say, hey, man, what's going on? I think Kyrie comes out ultra aggressive. I think Luka does the same. And I think it's going to be too much for Oklahoma City to deal with in Game 5 in OKC. That's my prediction. I think Dallas goes in there and wins tonight. It's going to be tough. Nobody said it was going to be easy, but I think that's what's going to happen. I think they go in there and win. I think they go in there and win. Yvonne, I'm an Ohio State alum. How do you think Chip Kelly is going to do as the OC of the Buckeyes? Well, here's the thing. The first thing is they got Will Howard as the quarterback. Now, y'all know that I went and played at Kansas State a long time ago. So I love K-State. But Will Howard, I don't think Will Howard is going to be the starting quarterback midway through the season. I think it's going to be one of those freshmen. Look, I like Will Howard. He's a good guy. But he wasn't the most talented quarterback at Kansas State, which is why he transferred to begin with. And he's going over there. He's not the most talented quarterback there either. I think Chip Kelly will be fine, but they're going to find out pretty quickly, hey, we got to get another guy in here. Now maybe Will Howard will be a hell of a lot better with better weapons, but I think Chip Kelly's going to be fine. I think Chip Kelly is going to be fine. So I apologize, my man, Pat Cockrell. I apologize. I apologize. Dallas is winning the game, man. I'm sorry. And here's the thing. I think you think that too, Pat. I think hey, they got one last game. We squeaked one out, and their guys didn't play good. If they play good, Dallas wins. That's the whole thing. So we'll see. And maybe Kyrie's just being locked up. Maybe Kyrie, can't do the things that he wants to do, but I know he's only taken 11 shots, and that ain't enough for him. That ain't enough for him. So we'll see. We will see. Okay, the known highest paid player at the University of Washington, $2 million. Is that a value of what is the expectation for that price? Who's the highest paid player at Washington? What are we talking about? Are you talking about the transfer that basketball player transfer that just went there and they gave him $2 million? I mean, I don't know, man. All this NIL and transfer portal stuff, how much people are getting from collectives and all that stuff. I mean, he's a good player, but $2 million for that? Come on. Not to mention, is Washington even going to make the tournament next year? I mean, you gave all this money to this kid, $2 million. Are they even going to make the NCAA tournament next year? I mean, we'll see. They just got a new coach, and if you're paying out all this kind of money to NIL and you're not in the tournament, then what was it for? So we'll see. Darren Howard likes Will. He's a gunslinger, but his percentages are so bad. But you may be right because he's going to have better weapons. He's going to have better receivers at Ohio State. So we'll see. We'll see. But here's the thing. They won't be patient because they were patient last year, and they believe that's why they weren't in the college football playoff, is because they were patient with the quarterback, or they didn't have another guy, and they played a guy, they made the wrong decision, and now they had to live with it, and they don't like that. So they're not going to be patient with Will. I can assure you of that. I can assure you they will not be patient. Not to mention Ryan Day, his job is on the line. They're not going to be patient and just wait for Will to come around. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. So here we go. Pat Cockrell. I think OKC can win even if Luka has a good game, but they can't let PJ Washington look like an all-star for the fourth straight game. Just incredible. PJ Washington's been playing out of his mind. Lord have mercy. And Pat, I haven't followed OKC much all year. Why does Josh Giddey start the game but only play 12 minutes? Like, what's going on with that? I'm just trying to figure it out. Is it well, he started all year, so we got to give him some minutes? Like, I mean, and not to mention, he's out there and he's putting up shots. I mean, he's shooting 8 to 10 times in 12 minutes. I'm like, Lord have mercy. This guy. Like, why is he out there? I mean, he's out there in no crunch time. He's not doing any of that. Tell me what's going on with Josh Giddey. And people don't get into his case. I'm not trying to hear that. That's not what I'm talking about. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm just strictly talking about him and his playing time and what's going on with it. So we'll see. We will see. Keep coming with the questions, people. Keep coming with the questions and the statements. Keep coming. Yvonne, do you think J.J. Redick will land an NBA head coaching job this season? I don't now because of all the backlash that it's been receiving. If there hadn't been all this backlash, I think, yeah. I think he either gets not the Magic. I think he gets the Lakers job or some other job that's open. But because there's been all this backlash, I don't think people are going to hire him because they're looking at it as he has no coaching experience whatsoever. And I'm like, well, we've hired plenty of coaches before that had no coaching experience, but then it didn't work. And that's where the problem comes in. It didn't work. I don't know. I don't think he will just because of the backlash. I think if J.J. Redick now wants to get a head coaching job, he's going to have to go be an assistant. Now, I'm not saying he's got to be an assistant for 10 years. I don't think that. But I think he's got to go be an assistant somewhere. Because the backlash now is that all these assistant coaches that have put in the time, put in the work, now you're just passing those guys up for former players that have no coaching experience whatsoever. So I don't know. Austin says, feels like Knicks in 7. Neither team can win on the road. I believe that. I know earlier I said Pacers or the Knicks in 6. I just think the Knicks have to win it in 6. I think it's in their best interest to get the series over as soon as possible. I think that's in their best interest. That's all. I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but I think just so they can rest guys, get some guys healthy, I think it's in their best interest. But you're right, Austin. Nobody's been able to win on the road. So we'll see. We will see. I thought the game last night would be close. The Pacers didn't even show up. That was disappointing. Did not show up. So, as a reminder, everybody, again, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Time, Big B Daily, we are live. I appreciate y'all Goon Squad for showing up, man. I love you guys. Thank you. Remember, if you're not subscribed, please remember to subscribe. Make sure you also go subscribe to Steelers Almighty. It's also on YouTube. Make sure you go do that. It's everywhere. Steelers Almighty is everywhere that you have any social media, where you get a podcast. It's anywhere. So please remember to go subscribe. Tonight we're doing a schedule breakdown of the Steelers. I know you might hate the Steelers, but if you a team that plays the Steelers, come on over. Come take a listen and hear what we have to say. We're doing it live tonight at 8 p.m. Central Time. So come on over and let's get it done. So got a lot going on there. We appreciate everybody showing up. So J.J. Redick is the next Lakers coach. I'm done with Braun. Yeah, I'll be done too. I'm a LeBron defender. I like LeBron. I'm a LeBron fan, although I am one of the LeBron fans that's honest about LeBron, that can tell you when he doesn't play well, can tell you when he's wrong, can tell you when he's doing too much flopping and all this nonsense he does. But if he gets J.J. Redick the job at the Lakers, yeah. Because now it makes it even worse. Here's a name to look out for, though. Watch out for Ty Lue. Watch out for Tyronn Lue being the next head coach to the Lakers. Not a lot of people are talking about it, but Ty Lue is, I think his contract is up with the Clippers, and he will not sign an extension. So watch out for Ty Lue being the head coach of the Lakers. Just keep that out there. Keep that in the back of your mind. Because if you're Ty Lue, what do you want to do? You want to keep coaching the Clippers and keep having your superstars come up short or be hurt where you can't compete in the playoffs and keep losing in the first round. Pretty soon that's going to start coming back on you. Or do you want to go somewhere where you actually have an opportunity? So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Ty Lue is out there, people. Ty Lue is out there. How would I grade Bronny's combine performance so far? I think it's been great. You know, he's a little shorter than what people thought. He's not 6'3". He's 6'1.5". Okay. 40 and a half inch vertical. Okay. And he knocked down a bunch of shots. I mean, now granted, it was against air, but you still have to make them. And nobody else made 12 in a row like he did. Look, I think Bronny James being a second round draft pick, I don't think that's out of the question. I don't think it's out of the question at all. You know, the thing that bothers me about it is that all these grown men out here that hate Bronny James and wishing that he would fail because you don't like his dad or that you don't like nepotism. I'm like, there's been nepotism going on in everything, and you don't wish their companies to fail. Why are you wishing for this kid to fail? It's weird to me. It's really weird to me that grown men would wish this kid would fail at his dream of playing in the NBA. That's weird to me. So, and I've seen it all over social media, chat rooms, everywhere. It's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. My man Ruben, think teams are using Bronny to bait LeBron to come to their team? Maybe, but I'm not thinking LeBron's going to leave the Lakers. I just don't believe that. I don't believe it. I mean, it might happen. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. Unless he went back to Cleveland, I don't see LeBron going anywhere. So I just don't see it. So, yeah, Houston, he's a kid. All kids get my support. 1,000%. All kids get my support. I'm right there with you. You know, if this is your dream, I mean, first of all, disliking a kid because you don't like who his dad is, that's about as tacky in third grade as it gets. But that's where we are. And so for people, well, he didn't play good in college. I'll be the first person to admit he didn't play good. In the minutes that he got, what was it, like 18, 19 minutes a game, averaging 5 points a game, he wasn't the best player on his college team. But since when do you have to be the best player on your college team to be able to be a pro? Everybody develops later than some people. Remember, he also had the cardiac arrest issue in late July. It takes a while. You know, maybe he's just getting back to full strength. Who knows? Either way, I hope it works out for him. I hope it works out for him. So, yes, exactly. Imagine grown men hating on a 19-year-old. Grown men that are upset that this 19-year-old is good at something that they're not good at, but because you don't like his dad, which again, why don't you like his dad? But you don't. But whatever. But now you don't like his kid either, and you want his kid to fail? It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. I'm never going to be okay with that. I'm never going to understand that. Just grown men are weak. Grown men are just weak. So, and I know I'm a grown man, but I make it a point not to dislike people for no reason, number one. And number two, I'm definitely not going to dislike some kid just because I don't like his dad. It's crazy. It's crazy. So hold on a second. We got a different opinion. Grown men upset at nepotism dominating the NBA and society is totally legitimate? How do you figure? So you're one of the jealous guys that we were all in here talking about. So you're mad at nepotism. But what nepotism? NBA executives are going to risk their job to bring in Bronny James for no reason. They're just going to bring him in and say, you know what? I'm going to bring this kid in. I don't think he can play, but we're going to bring him in anyway. And I'm going to risk my job for somebody that I don't think can play, that can help us. I'm going to do that. Is that what you're saying? I mean, Lord have mercy. I mean, it's okay to be jealous, but I think you kind of said that you were jealous. So, but that's okay. I get it. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, and I love you for it, but I don't have to agree. I don't have to agree. And being mad at the kid, and whether you think he's a grown man or not, that doesn't mean anything. So, Bronny James isn't selling any tickets if he's not playing. So, come up with that argument is weak. I do like this aspect, though. I blame Bron. He attached himself to Bronny and voicing what he wanted Bronny to do. Absolutely. I said that from the very beginning. So the haters don't want Bron to get what he wants. Yeah. Bronny's just catching stray. Well, be an adult. That would be the first thing that I would say. Be an adult. Understand that it was LeBron that said he wanted to play with him. So what? Who cares? Move on. What difference does it make? And you can blame LeBron, which I do too, because it's his fault. He put too much pressure on his son, saying that he had to play in the NBA by this time, and he had to do this, and he was better than guys on his own team right now. He could come in and start right now and play. To me, that was tacky. But come on, Bron. But for people to hate it, it's ridiculous. It was ridiculous. So, but oh well. It is what it is. And here's our guy back here. Bronny James will sell tickets. No, he won't. Not if he ain't playing. Nobody's going to NBA games to watch Bronny James sit on the bench. And if he sucks because of who his father is, then nobody's going to hey man, let's go watch Bronny sit on the bench tonight. Nobody's doing that. So, and his father didn't demand a trade because he's a free agent. So stop the nonsense. And you didn't have to say you were jealous. Your comments said that. Talking about nepotism. Anybody that brings up nepotism and is upset by that, they're jealous. Me, you, anybody else. If you bring up nepotism, you're upset about it. You're upset that it happens. You don't think it's fair. Just like the kid at going to college. He got into college because his dad's a legacy there. People that bring that up, they're mad about it. They're upset about it. That's being jealous. I mean, those are facts, whether we like them or we don't. It's just what it is. It is what it is. Yes, Ivana, yes. Sounds like the type that would complain if a family member worked at the family business. Yes. Or if I had a company and my son took over the company, oh, he doesn't deserve it. Well, it's my company. What are you talking about? You know? And if people want to bring Bronny James into something because they want him there, then damn it, they'll bring him in. Why are you mad about it? I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't think anybody's going to risk their job to bring in somebody that can help them. But if they do, they do. And if we can't change it, why are you so worried about it? That would be my point. That would be my point. Yeah, don't blame Bronny for any of this. Don't blame Bronny. There it is right there. Don't hate, appreciate. It's not Bronny's fault who his father is. So we'll see. Christmas Day NFL games on Netflix in 2024. One game in 2025 and 2026. I don't know, man. First of all, who's going to be calling the games on Netflix? But now I got to pay for my games on Christmas. We can't just show the games on Christmas. Now I got to go to Netflix to get it. Now, a lot of people have a Netflix account, but everybody doesn't. Everybody don't have no Netflix account. So I don't know. And if I have Netflix, do I then have to pay for the game on Netflix? Because if I have to do that, I can assure you I won't be watching. I got a Netflix account. I don't watch Netflix all the time, but I can assure you of this. If I have Netflix and then they in turn make me pay for the game, yeah, I won't be watching it. I don't care what. There's no chance that I'm going to double dip for an NFL game. There's just not a chance. Especially if it's not the Steelers. Especially if it's not, even if it is the Steelers, I'll find another way. I'm not double dipping. Stop being greedy. NFL, stop being greedy. So, is football going to be kid friendly? I don't know what you mean by kid friendly. So, I don't know what you mean by is football going to be kid friendly? Did the same thing happen in the NFL when the Colts hired Jeff Saturday? As far as what? Nepotism? Or same thing with like JJ Redick? Because yeah, they brought Jeff Saturday off the scrappy, not even the scrappy. I mean, he was an analyst on ESPN. You fire the coach, then all of a sudden you bring him in. I know the assistants there had to be looking at him sideways like, hold on a second. I've been here all year. You're not even paying that much attention to the Colts. All of a sudden you come in and you're the head coach? Oh, man. Yeah, they had to be looking at him sideways. Because I know I would have been. And that's why people get upset. That's why people got upset. Yeah. Last question of the day. Any thoughts on the NBA possibly returning to NBC and benching TNT of its coverage? Yeah. I mean, it seems like it's already a done deal. It seems like the NBA has already agreed to the $2.5 billion deal. And they said that Turner or Warner Brothers would have to offer 2.8. Charles Barkley already said that he can get out of his contract, but he also said he's not going to do anything if Ernie Johnson isn't there, and Ernie Johnson isn't going to leave TNT. So I don't know, man. I think it's a mistake. I know we all want the big dollars. But if Warner Brother, I would say if Warner / TNT, whatever you want to call it, if they match what NBC is doing, I think you stay. I think you stay. I mean, 30 years, I think you stay. I'm not saying NBC can't do a good job, but inside the NBA is a staple. And we go there for the entertainment. We're not going there to get basketball analysis. I mean, nobody's tuning in to listen to Shaq talk basketball. He don't know what he's talking about as far as X's and O's. We go there to hear him and Chuck go back and forth and to Kenny egg it on and for Ernie to try to keep everything together. That's why we go and watch that. How you're going to replicate that, I don't know. Who you're going to get to replicate it, I don't know. I don't even know. Let's say they offer Ernie some crazy amount of money. Yeah, I don't know. But either way, I think it's a mistake. I think the NBA, look, get close to the number and just deal with it. Get close to the same number and keep it there. I think by moving, I think it would be a mistake, especially if you can't keep those guys together, man. So that's just my personal opinion. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Hey, man, I want to thank everybody for showing up. We're going to shut this one down for today. I appreciate everybody being here as always. Thank you, Goon Squad, for showing up and showing out. Again, tonight at 8 p.m., if you're not already, please go subscribe to Steelers Almighty. I know most of you are not Steeler fans, but if you like good content, you want to see the schedule breakdown, come and join us live tonight. We'll be breaking down the Steelers schedule and anybody that they're playing against this year. Remember to subscribe on YouTube, Big B Daily. Always do that. Take care. I appreciate everybody being here. Be back tomorrow. Aloha.